Hi there, my name's Carne Griffiths, and I'm going to give you a little talk through of this painting of John Lennon that I've created for part of the Icons series. Normally my work starts off with a pencil drawing to give a bit of tone and balance to the piece, but I want to also try and capture a little bit of energy within the work. So after the pencil drawing, I'm laying down some ink. This is a water-soluble calligraphy ink that goes onto the piece. And then after this stage of the process, I'm adding some plain hot water, but also a small amount of tea, which is brewing in the glass with the piece as I work. So the effect of the tea kind of intensifies as I create layers. So you can see here on the piece as well, adding back in some calligraphy ink from the pen, from a fountain pen nib, and allowing the colours to run within the piece. So just slowly allowing things to change, allowing that kind of chaos into the piece. And from here you can start to build up the form and the shape of the face and some of the shadow as well. So I'm just slightly manipulating the surface of the paper to kind of tilt and allow the inks to run into the places where I want them to dry. So pushing down on the paper, sometimes using a hairdryer and dabbing bits of the ink away with some absorbent paper. So again, going further into the piece, adding more inks just to build up that darker shadow areas. When these areas are dry, be able to find patterns within those runs of ink and build up some texture on there using fountain pen. So normally at this stage I'll either allow the painting to dry, but it's always good to watch over it and see how the ink is falling in places and just be ready to dab away certain colours if they fall differently. So now going into the piece after drying with some fountain pen, adding texture and detail into some of the areas. So sometimes using figurative elements like the hair there, and then abstracting slightly away from that. And the floral elements are a recurring theme within the work. And so they come from my background as an embroidery designer, where I was drawing floral elements day in, day out for about 12 years. So starting to build up the elements of the face now and just get a little bit more detail in there. So working on these figurative parts, using sort of fairly open pen lines and using the same ink that we used to paint the portrait with in the first place. And we're just intensifying the tones here. And all of this ink is water soluble still, so another layer of water over the top will then allow those lines to move as well. And here's some close-up detail of some of the floral detailing within the piece that creeps out from the hair across the face. So I'm always looking to create a flow whereby everything sort of comes into one, comes into some kind of harmony and equilibrium.